when it comes to deadly force, the taking of a human life is going to be the extreme, no matter what you do. So no matter if you shoot me in the leg, no matter if it's still going to be seen as some kind of deadly force action. So before choosing that, make sure that you have good justification, and you have good evidence that's going to back that up. And usually, I always say, good righteous people usually make good decisions, and most of us in this world are. So we don't have to. We make those split-second decisions, and we do it based on survival. It's either me or them. I saw a threat, I had to deal with it, and so I did what I had to do to survive. Right? Versus bad guy, he's malice. There's some kind of intent or some premeditation, whether it be the robbery, whether it be the carjacking, and then he has no justification at that point to why he did what he did. But we're able to defend ourselves and have good justification. Last but not least, not an attorney, but remember. Miranda rights say, what's the first thing that says in the Miranda rights?
You have the rights.
To what?
To remain silent. That's right, remain silent. Yep.
Okay. So there's nothing wrong with paying somebody who went through years of college to articulate why you did what you did. Call an attorney. That's the best course of action. I was in fear for my life. I did what I had to do. And okay, so tell me how the sequence of events went down. At this point, sir, no offense, but I'd rather speak to legal counsel. And at this point, I'm going to invoke my Miranda rights to remain silent. It's that simple. We do it as law enforcement. Civilians should be able to have the same luxury to say, at this time, I'd rather you talk to my attorney. We'll make it work. What happens in a shooting with law enforcement, guys? They give us maybe a week or two off, admin leave with pay. After that, we come in. We have some agencies allow you to review your body cam footage. Some agencies allow you to read other officers' reports prior to you even making a statement. But when it comes to that civilian side, how long do they give us? It ain't 2 weeks. I'll tell you that right now. Typically, they bring us in immediately after a situation, and we're still traumatized. We're still trying to think through. We're thinking in fragments. We're not really thinking about the whole event and how the sequence of events occur, but they want a statement right then and there. That's why it's so crucial, just for your brain to process everything, and so that you can talk to your attorney to have them, so he give you that articulation. So when you guys do go back, he can speak the events to them. If and when you have to make a statement, or if and when you have to testify. So keep that in mind. All right, well, enough seriousness.
It's all seriousness.
Yes.
I'm serious about popping these things today too, okay?
Yes, sir.
We finna do this, man.
All right, so real quick, get up there. All right. So, real quick demo. Most gunfights happen at an extremely short range in an extreme short amount of time. Okay, so we're talking 5 at a max of 8 seconds at a distance of at max 10 to 7 yards. Okay, and that's kind of what we're simulating here. This being a 3-yard line, 5, 7, and 10. In our classes, whether it be Pistol 101, whether it be our pistol operator courses or rifle as well, we start you at these short distances, what we call CQB range, close quarter combat range, because typically this is where the incident's going to take place. Okay, so from there, I tell people all the time, it's a technique called point shooting. When we talk about our usual range, when we talk about our usual training at the range, we do it at a stationary point, and we're lining up our front sight and rear sight, right? Because that's what they told us to do. But in combat, that changes, okay? Because we have to move over to point shooting, which means I'm pointing my gun in the direction of the target, and I'm laying controlled chaos on target. What that looks like is this. I'm not going to look at my sights at all, okay? All I'm doing is point shooting. Look. Right? My gun is oriented on my target, right? Rapid rounds down the range, accurate fire in a tight group. That only occurs with good trigger control, but moreover, the understanding that you don't have to be on your sights to deal with the threat. I can shoot from the hip here too. Right? Same thing, right? So when we get to, this is the kind of things we started introducing you to when you get to the range for our different pistol operator classes or our intro classes, so that we can start learning how to survive more than trying to be accurate, right? We want to be accurate, but that comes with time, okay? Getting practice through, getting reps through. But when it comes to survival-based training, we're not going to be here slow shots like we did on the range typically. It's going to be the complete opposite of that. All right, good to go. I know you want to get shooting.
I definitely want to. I'm ready to shoot. I didn't even. You see, I'm obviously. Yeah. Hold on, I'm obviously a beginner because I didn't even. I didn't even bring the gun up to the demo, so I'm going to the table to get my piece right now, man. We finna make it happen, man.
First thing I want you to check out is your stance. Okay, so check your feet. You want to get a good wide shoulder width stance.
All right.
And what that's going to help you do is absorb some recoil when the gun kicks, right? Because once you shoot that round, all that energy has to go somewhere. And typically, just like electricity, it's going to take the path of least resistance. So through your arms and down to your feet. So if you have a good base, then you have a better chance of resetting for better follow-up shots. All right, so finger is going to be on the side here. Good. So what I want you to do is bring your front sight up to your eye, not your eye to the gun. So bring the gun up to your eye. Perfect. Right? We're going to aim for that chest area, right where his hand is. So what you have there is what we call what's a revolver, but it's also a double action. Okay. And I'll show you what that means here in a second. Okay. A good lean forward to help you with that. There we go. That's like the stance I'm talking about. Perfect. So start pulling that trigger slowly. Control it all the way through. Control. Good. All right.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So now look at the difference from double action to single action. Go ahead and fire that round. Good. So you see the difference there?
I see the difference.
Now when you see the Cowboys always when they what they're doing there, they're simulating it, going it to double to single action. That's why they're able to shoot so fast. The same thing happens with a semi-automatic with my gun. All I'm really doing is taking the slack out of the trigger, what we call staging, that makes it feel like it's a single action instead of double. So let's get you accurate now. All right, so I'm gonna move you up a little bit. I see you to the right there. You see that? Good. So I'm gonna go. What I want you to do is, not yet, bring the gun to your eye. I want you to have all these lined up.
Okay.
Right to the chest. I want your finger on the trigger. Good, sorry. Verify that it's all lined up, continuous pressure till the gun goes off. There it is. You see the difference? How accurate you are? Now you're dead in the center.
Whoa, I see.
Yeah, it's weird.
It hit right where I was trying to shoot it.
Yeah, exactly. That's all. It's all because of control. So to become better and more proficient on a pistol, that's the skill we have to practice, right? To make ourselves better, and then we can start speeding it up as time goes on with skill set.
Go for another.
Go ahead.
Go in that chest box right there.
Yep.
Again.
Control. I didn't see where that one went. I didn't. There it is. Do it again. Good. That's right where it needed to be. I think that's probably got one more left. Then I'm gonna let you shoot mine so you can feel the difference.
Okay.
Ah, there it is. So that right there is what we call dry firing. So real quick, at home when you get bored, let's talk about this real quick. To open this up, obviously, this is a ejector rod right there. So all we do is turn it and drop it. From there, we can turn it back over and start loading. Okay.
Yeah, I ain't got the fast reload like on the video game. They just come in there. I'll be playing.
Yeah. Those things come out.
Sleight of hand.
Slow that trigger. Yeah, you felt that, didn't you?
Yeah, I felt it. Okay, here we go. I'm just hitting right between the fingers.
Not bad.
Yeah, I did.
Reloading, another skill that should be worked on. I'm just going to go through it for you.
Okay.
So one thing with reloading, a couple of ways you can do that. Either what we call a tactical reload. So I shoot, bad guys down, I get off the X real quick, I top off my magazine, and I'm back in the fight. Or we have a speed reload, which means, there it is, I'm shooting, I have fun, I'm dry, from there, insert, and I'm back into it. That's when it malfunctions, so we'll do it one more time. And these are all skills that we teach you when you're here. So I'm here again, I drive the gun, lock back, that brass nut kicking out. Right, all things that we want to work on. So God forbid we do get into a shooting, our brain has a Rolodex of tools. Holy crap, my gun's out of bullets. What do I need to do now? Okay, I need to get reloading.
Yeah.
Right, I need to be moving.
So just getting that whole process, that whole motion down. You're playing a video game, yeah. You know, they tell you, they say we round switch to your sidearm if you got a rifle.
Yes. So
okay.
So great question. So rifle is always going to be your primary.
Okay.
And then your side is always going to be your pistol. Your sidearm's going to be your pistol.
Okay. So
that's why I always carry a rifle. Is that illegal in Oklahoma? No. You can carry a rifle in your car as long as you don't have one in the chamber. Okay. It's within your right. That's why we see during protests and such, people have their rifles slung. They are allowed to do that. Okay. It's not against the law as long as it's not. So this is the M4 platform. This is actually my service rifle. I brought it out because I haven't been able to shoot it at the range lately. But same setup that you would see anywhere else. IR laser with red dot laser. My light, got my pressure pads up top. Romeo 5 red dot, and I believe this is LMT upper and lower. So I've had this forever. We've been through a lot together.
Yeah.
So again, shoot this real quick. So all bullets are different, right? When it comes to either home defense or range, and that's something we talk about in our pistol and rifle courses 101s. That number one. There we go. Don't let them sell you something you don't need, right? So again, on our rifle classes, let me turn my red dot on here. Same thing. We go into just our basic stationary shooting, right? Bringing the weapon up to your eye.
Oh, I saw the. Yeah, I can see the. Yeah, I see the dot on that one.
Yeah. So I use this a lot because it keeps my head on a swivel. Doesn't lock down my peripheral, so it's a lot easier. So again, just like with the other one, just like they used to teach back in the day, shooting from here with a shotgun. Same kind of principle. If somebody's in my house, I hear an intruder, I'm going directly to them because I don't want them getting to my family members. Again, I can use this laser and deal with what I have to by looking around, sweeping, checking to see where he is. If I need to, I can stop, look, listen. But guess what? That laser's there. If he pops up around the corner, I'm still able to deal with the threat just as quickly if I was here locked in on that red dot. Just a food for thought. I see a lot of people get pistols with lasers on them, but they're using them wrong. What they're doing is they're basically sighting in their front sights and back and rear sight, and then they're adding that laser to it, and then all of a sudden they get to shake. And so they're trying to find this laser when in reality it's not for that, okay? It's for you to use as a reference point, just like point shooting. Again, watch, headshot here. Doesn't change, right? Not even on the sights, point shooting. Changes the game, right? Yeah, you want to shoot it. I know you want to shoot it. So trade it, yep.
I'll trade you.
Alright, so same thing. Control the trigger all the way through.
It's not gonna kick me in the face, is it?
No, you're good, trust me.
Oh wow. Hold on, man. Let me get a minute. Wow. So I was aiming at the testes.
Yeah.
And I hit like right. Wow, okay.
So let me tell you what that's called. That's called mechanical offset. And what happens is once you get closer, the difference between your optic and your barrel, that distance increases. Whereas if the further you get, they start marrying up to each other.
I'm gonna scoot back just a little.
You're good. There you go. See the difference? A little better. Plus that red dot that you're chasing is on the barrel, so it's going to be just as. See?
Wow.
Damn near perfect.
Wow. It hit right where I was. Let me do one more.
I'm surgical with this shit, Jay.
Man. Yo. I'm giving my hit him in the kidney. Wow.
Crazy, huh?
Right. That's crazy.
You can imagine at night, this thing is beaming. Okay. Give me the belly button right here real quick. A little off.
Oh.
Look at that group.
Man, you know what? It don't matter what part of the area you hit. That's a deadly. That's deadly.
Yep. You got that. Anything in the pelvis or pelvic girdle region is going to down him. It's going to eventually, with all those nerves in there, he's going to become a limp noodle. Okay. But again, this is all the stuff we do out here. We do this actually with private lessons with pistol, with rifle, just to kind of get people, especially new shooters, used to handling the gun, reloading, working through malfunctions. You know, we start amping them up, shooting on the move. We really start working with them. I had a kid for almost about a year. He's 11 years old, in love with guns and video games, told his parents he wants to go to the military. Every month he came out here from Oklahoma City and trained with me. Eventually he got to the point where he got so good that we started working on other stuff, such as after threat care. So what happens after the shooting and I get wounded? So how to put a tourniquet on, how to hold direct pressure, all that kind of stuff to give them a skill set so that he, if God forbid, even if he falls, trips, slips and gets a deep laceration while hiking or something, he knows how to handle it and not freak out, because that's what happens. People, something occurs, their heart rate goes through the roof, they're beating at 170 BPMs, they're not thinking correctly, their gross motor skills deteriorate, and then they're going, help me, help me, help me. It's easier to deal with something. Help, I'm bleeding, let me get something on there, because I know what to do. I have something, I have tools, a Rolodex of tools to go through to fix this. And then that way, when they do spike, they're already have the tourniquet on, they're already self-healing, or they're already found cover and concealment. They got away from the threat if need be. All that kind of stuff. Why do people run when shots are fired? You know why? Because that's their body saying, hey, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Right? So I'd rather be down the street, my heart rate about 140 and not shot.
Yeah.
Rather than stay around trying to see what happened, and then now I'm shot and now there's nothing there for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So ain't nothing wrong with running.